All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Experience Southern Illinois podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jared Long with So Ill Cinema, joined with my co-host as always,
Allison Hasler, Southern Illinois Vacation Rentals.
And today we're pretty excited, a little bit nervous. We are joined with my good friend, Marc Miles.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Shawnee Bluffs Canopy Tour.
What is a canopy tour?
Well, canopy tour is a zip line that stays within the trees. So we stay under the canopy of the trees, and we go from platform to platform. So there's no telephone poles or concrete out here. It's all nature.
I did not realize how few and far between true canopy tours are.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them around, and so anyway, we're excited to share this with you.
Awesome.
I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, Marc, let's talk about the training that we just went through. This is actually really awesome because it did make me feel a lot more comfortable with what was going on. So walk us through that.
Well, we want you to kind of get a feeling for what it's going to be like out there. And we're all about safety. Safety is priority one, but fun is a really close second. And so we go through a good training session to show you how to sit relaxed in your harness. And we're very fast, so zipping position with your leg position, everything is very important. So we teach you that here on the flight school. But then we also allow you to slow down when we tell you to. That allows you to come in really smooth to our platforms, and we're not busting like a rope or a stop of some sort and jerking you like some places. So anyways, it's really cool. So the neat thing about this, I mean, there's a lot of neat things we're going to cover about this course, but we have more adrenaline than most places have for a zipline course. But the method of putting people through this course is like kindergarten. It is really simple.
That's awesome.
I need that. So yeah, we're going to, the next one is the first one. So tell us what we're getting ourselves into on this first one.
Okay, we start out slow and short, let you get confident with brake signals and get your confidence up and you feel comfortable. So the first one's 180 feet long, and yeah, let's go do it.
Awesome, let's go.
That doesn't sound short.
All right, so we just finished zip 2. We are on our way for zip number 3. Marc, we want to know, how did you even get started in this?
Well, I'd been practicing equine veterinarian for 35 years at the time, and at that time I had some grandkids. I had 3 of them that were like little, 3, 4, 5 years old, and I said, you know what? I'd had one for my kids in the backyard, a small zip line. I thought, man, it'd be cool if I could get one for them. And so I started researching equipment, and I saw these commercial zip lines that are popping up around the United States, and I thought, wow, you know, Southern Illinois got some incredible territory. If I could find a piece of property, we could open this thing up. Instead of just my grandkids, we could allow a whole range of people from 8 years old to grandmas in their 90s come with their great grandkids and be out in the woods together and excitement. And then you start thinking, wow, we'll get kids away from their electronic devices, and they say that you need to get kids out hiking and in nature by the age of 10 or you've lost them, and they don't get into that. And just Google forest therapy. Wow, the health benefits of being in the woods is incredible. So anyway, here I was practicing full time, and I thought, man, there's a lot of these around the country, but if you're going to do it, you better do it right. And if you don't know what you're doing, you better find the experts in the field. Like I just built a house over at Lake of Egypt, and I researched foundation people, because if you don't have that foundation perfectly square, everything else is off. You know, framers say, oh, we just build it to match whatever they put in the ground. And then everything else, your walls are off, everything's off.
So around what year and what was the time frame when you started, when this conceptualized?
Well, about 2010, I guess, is when I started, but I spent 3 years researching builders because I had to find the perfect guy to come in here and allow him to touch these trees and transform this into what we have. And I found the right person.
Yeah, and during that time, is that when you were researching the land to purchase? Did you find this? Did it come up and
I found it. Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
It was just online. There were no signs. I walked in. There was no roads. It was landlocked with the Shawnee Forest, a quarter mile in here. And the guy that had it posted, he didn't even know where the property lines were. And I just walked. I've sat on this for 3 years, walking around looking, oh my, you know. Yeah. So finally I flew, I drove, I called and found this guy that came in and did this, Journal Construction, and guy's 27 years old. He's the only guy in the industry that has a patent on platforms for these zip lines. And I went up to St. Louis. He was in Canada. I flew diverted his flight to St. Louis, picked him up, drove him down here, walked him off that first little bluff where he zipped off of. He didn't say a word the whole way down here. I thought, man, that's weird. Why are you so quiet? He says, I was not excited to come to Illinois. I thought it was just cornfields.
We get that a lot, don't we?
And he stepped on that bluff, and this massive grin broke out on his face when he looked at this, what you're seeing right now. And I knew I'd found the right piece of property, you know?
That's
so
awesome.
How many acres are we working with here?
83.
83 acres.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's built all over Canada, Alaska, and the U.S., and he said he's more proud of this place than any place he's built.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So,
well, we're
proud of it too.
Yes, absolutely. We're coming into zip line number 3 right now.
Yep.
What do we got ahead of us right now?
well, a little bit more speed, and then after this one, we take the training wheels off.
All right.
Okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, Mark, so what type of mobility do you need to have in order to zip line here?
Well, you can see that our trails are pretty rugged and they're uphill, so you need to be able to walk fairly easily. We can't take walkers or anything like that. I mean, we have taken people that had a cane, but they need to walk well. Maybe the cane is just for a little stability, but we have taken people with artificial limbs, one arm. You can break with one arm. We've taken people through that go perfect. We had a 15-year-old girl that had a stroke. Her whole right side's paralyzed.
Wow.
And she had a metal brace from her hip, and she just flipped that straight leg forward to walk. And she couldn't pick this arm up. The guides would pick it up, set it in her lap, and she zipped perfect through the course with one hand. But it's crazy good just to be able to do that. And so we try to work with it. Everybody we can. We do more than most places do. Lions Club up north sent 7 total deaf teenagers to us, and they had an interpreter. And once you get the signals down, it's all just like this. But they sent a blind kid too, and I put a radio on him, put earbuds in his ears, and I said, "We're going to try it at flight school. Talk you through. Break, no. Break, no. And we'll just keep going." He went through the entire course perfect. Because he trusted us.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Everybody cried at the end because here he's blind and he did it perfect with everybody else. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Amazing.
Yeah.
And do you have an age limit or age requirement?
Yes. Yeah, need to be 8 years old.
8 years
and 50 pounds. Because they need the gravity. You know, it's all gravity fed, so they need at least enough weight to make it through. And 270 is the upper weight limit. The oldest we've had's in their 90s. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now?
We're at the crossroads.
We're at the crossroads.
So we just walked up walked to the ground off that 60-foot swinging bridge to the ground. We're going to hike up to number 5. And when we come into 7, we'll hike through that direction up to 8. So this is kind of a crossroads right here. So
between 4 and 5 and 7 and 8.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we are back here at the crossroads, and we are actually not going between 4 and 5. We just hit 5, 6, and 7. Now back on our way to 8 at the same spot. Marc, I want to talk to you. This thing has gotten quite a bit of publicity, not only nationally, but internationally as well, too. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that people that have reached out to you to show this place off.
Well, the state's tourism bureau in Joy, Illinois has been down here 2 or 3 times and filmed, and we've been on their advertisements. It's been in Europe and all over the world. And this past April, I got a call from a group that owns the rights to World's Greatest Television, and they said, we've never done zip lines, and we're canvassing all the zip lines in the United States, and we want to talk to you for an hour. Okay, so I talked to them for an hour, and then I spent a couple of days sending them videos. We're going to feature one zip line to be on our show, World's Greatest. Guess what? A month later, they called and they said, you're it.
So they canvassed zip lines in the entire world.
Yeah.
And they said, this is the world's greatest zip line in Southern Illinois.
So the week before Memorial Day, they came in here and filmed 8 hours, and it appeared on Bloomberg Television, which is like, I don't know, 21 million around the world. And then it's on Roku and Amazon Fire, and you can also go to our Facebook page and click on the World's Greatest. It's a YouTube video. So
awesome. And that brings up a good point too. You said on your Facebook page, what kind of ways can people tune in to the stuff that you guys are doing? Do you have a YouTube as well too, or
there's YouTube channel where they can see videos, but a lot of our videos are on our web page, on our website, which is shawneezip.com.
Okay.
And then our Facebook page too. So
what's the best way for people to book?
They can go online and they click on book a tour, and it takes them to a calendar that it shows what tours are available and the times that are available, and the number that it shows there is how many seats are still available. If they can't navigate that or they want help, and some people do, and that's fine, they call. My wife has the phone forwarded to her phone, 8 to 5, so they can call and she'll help them book it too.
I've noticed I only get you and Candy whenever I call that number I called into. So awesome. Well, we've got one more zip left, and then we're going to wrap this thing back up at the office up top.
We call it the home run.
Yep, this last one
knocks it out of the park.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's go. All right, guys, so we just got done with the zipline course. We did all 8, and we are, as you've probably noticed throughout the video, we had some extra help today. Allison, do you want to introduce our help?
Yeah, man, I could not have been more excited about this because I did get to bring my family along. This is my husband, Michael, and my teenagers, Larkin and Lance. And so what did you guys think about it?
It was really good. I like it more than the ones I've been to because I like the handbrake and I like the guides. Yeah. The Marc and Joe are super cool.
Do you like the handbrakes because you could go a little faster?
Yeah.
You kind of control your own speed. Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Larkin?
I agree with Lance because it was just a lot of fun, and it was a lot more scenic, and then they told us a bunch about the trees and everything, and even the dad jokes were really, they were nice, and then new ones I get to hear, and it was just a lot. It was just a really great experience.
Yeah, I agree totally. And
How'd it compare to Costa Rica? That's the only other time we've been ziplining.
You know what? Costa Rica bothered me a little bit more. It just felt less stable. This was really comfortable. And with Southern Illinois, it has a lot to offer, but I was not expecting it to be this exhilarating. It was fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. I also felt like I learned a little bit more about Southern Illinois, even though, I lived here all my life, but they shared a lot of stuff about the surrounding areas.
Yes.
I didn't pay you guys to say any of this, did I?
No.
I'm just letting you know. Thank you so much for being good sports with us, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. And then let's wrap this thing back up at the headquarters, up at the Welcome Center.
All right.
Let's
do it.
Go. Well, Marc, thank you so much, man. This has been an absolute blast.
This has been the best.
It's been awesome. I got to know, because I've got to come out here during summer. I've got to come out here now during fall, coming into winter. When's your favorite season to come out here and zip line yourself?
You know, even though Southern Illinois is blessed with 4 different seasons, it has 4 total different looks. But coming up now, the wintertime is my favorite time of all to be out here, because you warm up on the hikes, the zip line, the adrenaline kind of warms you up. You're plenty warm out here.
Oh yeah, it's a workout.
Just a light jacket's all you need.
Yep.
And you can see through the trees, you can see the bluffs. It is gorgeous out there during the winter time, and that's my favorite time to zip. So even though we close at the end of November, if you have 8 people, 6 people, if you have minimum of 6 people, call us. We will find guides, and we will open up, and we will do a zip line tour.
If you have 5 people, call me, and I'll come and I'll be the 6th person.
All right.
Yeah, I'll put that.
We'll
that
send
out there.
somebody to be a filler if you only have 5.
That works.
Yeah.
Well, and I can confirm that because I came out here during the summer, this last summer, and then got to come out today. It is completely different. The way when the leaves are off, you can see through the bluffs. As hiking with Sean would call them, bluffage.
Yes,
and,
right.
And I want to take, and I told you I would do this, but I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about the first time that we met, because this is my favorite Southern Illinois story, and a good picture of, I think, the hospitality that I feel like I've received in Southern Illinois since I moved down here. But when I first came down here and was asking, I was reaching out to people, I wanted to do a highlight video of Southern Illinois, and I called you. It was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock one day in the morning, and I said, hey, my name's Jared, I do solo cinema, I want to do a highlight video for you of people ziplining and do some drone video. He said, sure, we got a group tomorrow morning at 9:30 in the morning, you can come in with them. I said, all right, and I was really excited about that. And then you called me 30 minutes later and you said, their last group is leaving at 5:30 today, it doesn't get dark till 7, and I have a Sasquatch outfit. Do you want to get some video of me going on the zip lines in a Sasquatch outfit? And I cleared my schedule. I was like, we are doing this. And it was so much fun. It was really cool, honestly, to see you took me down in a side-by-side on the property underneath the zip lines, and you know it like the back of your hand. You were even telling me there was a boulder that had moved since the last rain and how many feet it had moved. You can tell that you love this.
Yeah.
And so it was, for me, really inspiring. Even when we left, last time I was here was with Hiking with Sean. He was blown away by the fact that it wasn't just zip lining, but you guys make it an experience. You teach people, as Larkin was talking about earlier, about Southern Illinois, about the geography in the area, about the trees and stuff like that. And I was so excited to get this opportunity to come here and do this, because you guys have done a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Dad jokes were just icing on the cake.
Yes, yeah, be prepared. Be mentally prepared. There may be some dad jokes. Some.
We use a lot of them because, humor kind of relaxes some people and irritates others.
Or maybe a little bit of both for some people. Yeah. So, well, Mark, we are so appreciative that you took this time.
Thank you.
Man,
Yes.
thank you for taking
you,
us
Allison.
and my
Yes.
family out. This was an amazing experience.
You guys are amazing zippers.
Yeah, well, we had a good guide. So
Thank you. Appreciate
awesome. Well, and then we got to come back probably every year and just
Yeah.
make sure that the footage is up to date. So
it. Sure. Yeah.
At least for the other 3 seasons.
Exactly. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. We got to show them. We got to show them the season. So thank you again, Mark.
Yeah, come out here in the snow.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll get that.
All
Awesome.
right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.